All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another First Impressions review. Today we're looking at another, looks like Vampire Survivors-like game called Sector Sweep. Comes in at a $3 price tag, 10% off its first week. Came out a couple of days ago, and it's by Moonlit SA, and they have a lot of games, it looks like, over the past couple of years. Okay, cool. If we do them by release date, there we go. So they have a model builder that helps you build models that came out back in February. 800 reviews at $20. That's probably their big money maker there. But let's go ahead and take a look at this shoot 'em up top-down game that does have co-op mode. It is in early access. It has remote play together so you can play with somebody else. And we'll check this game out, and we'll do that right after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have just launched the game, and this is what we got. Seizure warning. We don't need to know that. Oh my god, it's so loud. Alright, let's turn this down quite a bit. Alright. Maybe something like that. I don't know, I don't want it to be so loud you can't hear me. Camera shake, 1920. 1920 by 1080, it's the highest resolution, and then you have a full screen off and on. You have camera shake off and on. Let's go with that. We have leaderboards. We have unlocks. Okay. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and jump into a new game at this point. And we'll just go ahead and take the hunter.
Awaiting instructions.
Alright. Arc Sector, former mining colony. And we're just standing here shooting to the right. Okay, so we're going to use WASD and move around. Sadly, I can't shoot where my cursor is. I always like these games when you shoot where your cursor is, so you have a little bit of control. And we're picking up these goblets that give us experience, which we can see up here as far as our leveling up. Probably when we level up, we're going to get 3 or 4 choices of, different new abilities or whatever. That's how most of these games work. It almost looks like these guys, when they get shot, they turn upside down. The sprite is turned upside down when they die. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm seeing things. But anyway, yeah, you see that each of these goblets has given us quite a bit of experience on our top bar. And when that gets to the top, we should get some options here. Survive for 175 seconds, but we have our timer right here in minutes and seconds. Yeah, I would like to see this game tell us how many minutes and seconds to last, rather than having us do the math, like that. Because 175 seconds is actually 2 minutes and 55 seconds if I do the math. Most people aren't going to want to try to figure that out. It would be better to just say, survive for 3 minutes, and then, at 3 minutes, we beat this quest or goal or whatever. Combat knife, flip hammering technique, plus 10% frequency, plus 5 damage and bullet speed, or a hand cannon. Do a combat knife. There we go. Yeah, I usually like to get, as many different attacks as I can, and then movement speed is also big in these kind of games, but I didn't see a movement speed. Yeah, it looks like it's also showing us our progress towards leveling up below our character here. Unless that's our health, but it looks like it's about the same level as this far up here. Man, we are just getting a ton of mobs behind us here. Alright, we need to level up again so we get more weapons, if you would. So we're gonna sneak over and pick up some of these goblets here. Acid Splash releases acid droplets randomly around. It doesn't say how much damage they do or anything. Delivery drones for a plus 30% pickup range. So we already gave the combat knife, or the combat blade before, and now if we pick it up, it's going to do more damage. Let's do that. Let's hit them harder. Because it does look like it hits several of them at a time, and I like the fact that the combat blade, you know, I don't have to be facing them to hit them. It just automatically hits nearby enemies. So as you see, the combat blade is a lot more effective for me than my bullet spray right now. Yeah, I kind of wish the bullets were spraying wherever my cursor was. But hey, I didn't develop the game, so, you know. Alright guys, you know, my first impressions right now is kind of like this game just feels a little bit lackluster. I wish there was more enemy variety. These are all the same. I mean, I know this is the first wave or whatever, but I feel like we should be seeing more variety in the different enemy types. It looks like we have 2 different types of enemies, and that's it. And then it doesn't look like we have a whole lot of variety in the power-ups either. This feels kind of ordinary to me. Nothing, definitely nothing to write. Yeah, see, it's the same 4 things every time. And I mean, this isn't... Like, I feel like other Vampire Survivor-like games, you know, I kind of had to weave in between lots of different, like, little groups coming in from everywhere. Whereas this one, I'm just... All of them are in one big mass, and I'm just making circles around and around them. So in my opinion, this game needs a lot of work to be as much fun as some of the other, you know, really good Vampire Survivor-like games. Some of the better ones that I can think of right now are Army of Ruin, made by the developer of Ziggurat, and then I know I also loved Robot Resistors as well. Let's do a 30% pickup range on these things. Yeah, but this just feels really dime a dozen. I mean, this definitely isn't a miss. I mean, it's a very competent game, and it looks like it's pretty well made. But I just feel like there's so much competition in the competition in this video or Vampire Survivor-like game market is so fierce right now. There's just so many really good games like this that this one doesn't really stand out in my eye. We have a slowing gas to slow them down. We'll try that. That's something new I haven't seen yet. Okay, we've already survived well over 175 seconds. What's this? Upgrade remote controllers. Plus 20% area, so we can see the area of the gas. It's quite a big area. And we can see that it's working. I mean, it's slowing them down. Okay, Bounty Hunter. Unlock Strong Heart Upgrade. Okay. So this is how much damage I did. So I died? I didn't even see where my health was. My bad, I guess. Oh, I got killed by the tribal raider. Okay. So I unlocked something, and we can try again. Alright guys, yeah, I mean, I've already been playing this for about 7 minutes, and to be honest with you, I know that a lot of people think, oh, you have to play an indie game for, you know, an hour or hours before you can kind of judge it. Remember that my, you know, my first impression reviews are just really first impressions looks of the game, and if a game doesn't really grab my attention or, you know, get me into it in the first 5 or 10 minutes of the gameplay, I'm probably not going to stick around, and I'm probably not going to be writing a... You know, it's probably not going to get its extras any gold from me, and, in my opinion, not be something worth writing home about. So even though this game may get much more intriguing an hour into it, you know, we're on wave 5 or 6 or whatever, it hasn't done enough to grab my attention right from the start. And so I kind of feel like it's just going to be this, just more of this, as the game goes on. And remember, guys, that Addie and I are going to be doing a video in mid-December when we pick out the best Vampire Survivor-like game on Steam that we've played. And trust me, we've already played at least a couple of dozen of these. And there's so much competition, this one really doesn't stand out to even be in that list. I mean, this isn't early access, and it could get better with development. But I feel like they need more variety of enemies. I feel like they need... They need to figure out how to make this game like more like some of the other games, like Vampire Survivors, where I'm constantly having to weave between a lot of different, swarms of enemies. This one, like I said, just like the last wave, it feels like I'm just going in big circles around the same group of 1,000 different enemies, and that's kind of boring. So I don't know, how to tell the developers how to make this more interesting, like some of the other games out there. But again, Army of Ruin, Robot Resistors are just far superior to this game, in my opinion, on first impressions. Like, those games reached out and, grabbed my attention right away. And I was like, damn, this is a good game. Like, at this point, I was already sucked into it. And this one, I'm just not feeling it, guys. So it is what it is, guys. The left and right mouse button also don't do anything. So many of these games, left and right mouse button or the space bar does something. Like lets you, jump ahead or something like that, or is a special attack, and this one doesn't seem to have any of that either. So, it's not badly priced. I mean, it's not overpriced at $3, but there's, like I said, there's just so much competition with this type of game right now. There's so many better options at the $3 to $5 price range than what we're getting here. So, if I had to score this game, guys, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. It's pretty average, pretty dime a dozen, it feels like. Nothing special. At least not at this stage in the early access development. So that is my opinions, my first impressions of the game. And keep in mind that might change as the development through early access for this game continues. Maybe they'll do something to make this game, a lot more impressive as the development goes on. But right now, guys, I'll give this game a recommend, but I kind of wish there was a choice between not recommend and recommend, because it's certainly not a not recommend. It's certainly a long, way better than like a miss video. It's certainly not a miss or anything like that. But, yeah, it just doesn't do enough to stand out or make it instantly fun like so many of these other games like this. And I tend to like this kind of game, but this one's just not doing enough. So, while it's a pretty decent game, it's just not enough, guys. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let's go ahead and quit this. I give up. I'm not feeling it. I'm not wanting to play this anymore. I'm done. Yeah. So, it is what it is. Sad to say, but thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. That has been Sector Sweep in my first impressions review. I'd love to know what you guys have to say down in the comments below. Be sure you like this video, guys. This has been Zach's and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.